94 Rocks the Dark, and on the phone I am talking with Madame Mayhem. Of course, Madame Mayhem is part of the 5th annual End of Summer Bash coming up on Saturday, October 1st at the Silver Bullet Bar and Grill. And of course, Madame was in Minnesota this summer. And first of all, thanks so much for joining me, Madame. Glad to hear your voice again. How you doing?
I'm great. Thanks for having me. I'm really pumped to come back out there.
Hey, let's talk about, first of all, this summer. You had a chance to come to Minnesota and hang out up in Monaga at the Midsummer Music Fest, and a great turnout, and it sounded like you had a great time up there.
Oh, yeah, we had a blast. Everyone was super cool. We got to hang out with you guys, so that was fun, and everyone was just awesome there, and the shows were just great, and then that whole day that we got to go there and play was just such a great experience. So we had a blast.
I know I think I've asked you this question before, and I've asked other bands and that too. Do you prefer festivals over shows, or both have their pluses and their minuses? I guess. What do you prefer? Or obviously, you just like to perform, right?
Well, yeah, I just like to play. The stage is my happy place. It has been since I was a child. And so as long as I'm performing, I'm happy. There could be like 2 people there or like 20,000 people there. It doesn't matter. But I think both festival and shows have their perks. Like festival, you get to see way more other bands in addition to you playing. You get to be exposed to more rock fans that may or may not, know who you are already. And it's just like a good time and kind of like one huge party. And I think with individual shows, it's really cool because it's a more intimate experience, I would say. And no matter what, after our shows, we sell our own merch, so we get to meet as many people as possible. But I think at the smaller shows, you have more of a chance to like talk and connect with your fellow rock music lovers, and so there's a different connection with both festival and show, but I love them both.
Well, the cool thing about the End of Summer Bash, it's kind of like a festival. It's like a real mini festival, but it actually is such an intimate setting. It's like a show, so you kind of get the best of both worlds. So hopefully it should be a lot of fun coming up here in just a little over a week. What have you guys been doing in the last couple of months getting ready for the show? Have you tell us what has been going on with Madame Mayhem recently?
Yeah, well, since the last time you saw us, we have been writing a whole bunch of music, so that's been really exciting. We've been writing a lot, and we've been, of course, working on songs to add to our set for this show upcoming, which we're really excited about. And yeah, just a whole lot of writing and working, because after this show, we're gonna, go back into writing mode and try to come up with as many amazing songs as possible so that we can, have new stuff out to you guys, whether it's end of this year or more likely, next year. But that's what our main focus is, besides, of course, the show that we have, which we are super pumped about.
I know we talked when we were at Midsummer about the song I Am More, which got into the top 40. It was exciting for the band and that. Are you still feeling and seeing some traction still from that song yet, propelling you guys to continue on and getting your name out there more and more?
I think it's definitely helped. Thanks to stations like you guys, the word has been out about us for a while now, and I think that song just really resonated with people, which is fantastic and means so much to me. And I think the band and I are just thrilled that a song of ours connected with that many people, and everyone liked it enough to play it, and people are still discovering who we are through that song, even now. So we're very appreciative towards that.
How about in the industry and even other bands? Are they starting to take notice of you a little bit? And I know that you can't tell me future tours and ideas and all that, but are you starting to get a few more looks your way in the sense of maybe we should bring Madame Mayhem on one of our tours coming up?
it definitely didn't hurt that we were on the top 40.
Yeah.
It's definitely not a bad thing. Our name ended up there, and industry people do look at that, on the weekly. And so when they're like, oh, who's that? Or, oh, I recognize that name. That's cool. So it's definitely positive, but it's not the one thing. I don't think it's the one thing that's gonna, kick off our career to the next level. But as long as we just keep writing songs that we feel passionate about and that we connect with, and we just keep hustling and doing what we're doing, I think that the I Am More song reaching the charts definitely is a stepping stone for us, and we can just keep going from there.
I'm talking to Madame Mayhem. Of course, she's going to be at our end of summer bash coming up on Saturday, October 1st at the Silver Bullet Bar and Grill. When you first started, you had kind of one style, and obviously as we get older, we change, right? Things change. And it seems like when I was talking to your other band members, you guys are kind of developing into where you want to be. Do you feel like that is progressing the way you want right now?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we a lot of us have been, working together for a while now. And I think with every new release, every tour, every writing session, everything, you kind of learn and develop and change. And I think we're at a point now where we're kind of all starting to get on the same page and really know what we want to do in the future, and really want to focus on that with the new music that we're working on now, as much as we still love the music that we've done, because it every time if you ask a band what their favorite song is, usually they can't tell you, because every song is important to them because they created it. So I love everything I've ever done, of course, but it's so, even when I listen back, it's so obvious that there is a change and a development with every release. And I think it's supposed to be that way. If you keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, what's the point?
One thing I guess I've never really asked bands that much, and I feel comfortable enough asking you, Madam, since we've got a pretty good relationship, is, you'd like to get to the next level. And sometimes bands will try to copycat other bands and to get there, because they go, okay, it's worked for that band, and it seems like, radio likes it, the industry likes it, the fans like it. I guess the question I'm asking is, how much do you want to have success, but you also want to be true to yourself too. So I guess where do you kind of draw the line on things like that?
I think the number one thing is to be true to yourself, and know that what you're doing is what you want to do and what you like to listen to and what you want to create. Because if all you're focusing on is the success of it, like if someone else has done it, that's great, but you don't need 80 of the same band. You need yourself and your unique self, and your fans will come, and you'll have your people, and it'll slowly build, and eventually people will catch on. And I think it's more important to do what you love, and that you really actually care about what you're singing about, or what you're the music you're doing, and not being like, oh, let's copy this band. I don't think we've ever been a band that wanted to do that. And even if that's a longer road for us because we're staying as true to ourselves as possible, then so be it.
Yeah, well, I guess maybe it's the old adage, beauty is the eye of the beholder, so success is the same thing of how you feel what success is to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, well, cool. I appreciate that. Those are things that sometimes you just don't know about bands, because, I think the ultimate goal for every band is to get as many fans as possible and be as successful as possible. But, sometimes the way people get there is, two different ways, so you got to look at that a little bit.
But I think with success, at least for us, and I don't want to speak for the rest of the guys in the band, but I think we've had enough conversations where I can feel confident that success for us is really just being able to do this for the rest of our lives. And so, yes, we need other people to like our music, and we need the fan support, we need radio support, we need industry support to be able to do this for the rest of our lives. But none of us went into this like, I want to be famous. All of us went into it as, I want to make music that means something, and I want to create that and play that live and connect with people. And I think that's really the attitude of our band, and then hopefully that will help us get to that next level of success.
Absolutely. Talking to Madame Mayhem, of course, next Saturday, they're going to be at the end of Summer Bash. Looking forward to that. And I guess for fans that have never seen Madame Mayhem before, what can they expect coming up next Saturday at our bash?
A lot of fun. We are a very high-energy band. We are running around a lot. A lot of interaction with the crowd, and just great live music. I'm a singer first and foremost, so you'll hear the singing, you'll hear the instruments, you'll hear a live rock band, and you'll get that energy and just have a lot of fun. And if for everyone that's coming out, also make sure to say hi to us if you see us around during the show. We will be at merch. Like, come say hi. We love meeting and seeing, fans and, fellow music lovers. So it's going to be a really fun show. We're really excited.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I will second that. You are an amazing singer. If you're going to listen to the song Inside Out coming up here in just a moment to our listeners, when you go to the show, sometimes it's like, boy, the singer just doesn't sound the same as what it is on the radio. But you are spot on that. You've done a phenomenal job, and it is an awesome show, and I'm definitely looking forward to that show coming up. Finally getting you here in our backyard in Little Falls in the surrounding area. So thanks so much for coming. We appreciate that.
Oh, we're really excited. Thanks for having us.
All right. So final things, I guess. Let's get those tickets sold, right? So why would people want to come see Madame Mayhem?
Why wouldn't they? I mean, if you like rock music and you like having a good time, you want to come to the show. I mean, the band and I are all about having a good time. We're all about, giving the best live show as humanly possible and hanging out with everybody before and after as well. So there's no reason not to come.
All right. Thanks so much. How are those Rangers going to be this year for hockey?
Oh, God. I just don't want them to make me sad anymore. And I think we talked about this before because, again, you and I are friends, but, they gave me too much hope at the end of last season. I knew what I was getting, and I was like, oh, okay, good job, guys. You did it. And then they kept winning, and then they gave me all this hope, and then they didn't make it to the end, and I was, so devastated. And so I just hope it's not as much. I mean, it's always going to be a roller coaster. I don't know. Just, let's go Rangers. I'll either be really sad or happy, but I'll be cheering them on anyway.
Well, now you know what it's like to be a Minnesota sports fan. So welcome to the club.
I feel very much connected to you now.
Absolutely. Take care, madam. Safe travels, and we will see you coming up on October 1st, okay?
Absolutely.
Once again, that is Madame Mayhem. They are going to be at the 5th annual End of Summer Bash. Get your tickets. They are on sale now here at 94 Rocks and also at the Silver Bullet. All the details are available on our Facebook page at 94 Rocks. Here is the latest from Madame Mayhem. It's Inside Out. It's on the dark. It's on 94 Rocks.